I'm sure many of us have gotten commercials while watching something we enjoy. Maybe on television while watching your favorite shows, maybe during a halftime watching your favorite sport, or even on YouTube when watching our favorite creepy content creator. Advertisements and commercials have pretty much been around since the dawn of television and broadcasting stations, which makes me wonder, what are the creepiest and most terrifying commercials that I could find on the internet? The first commercial we'll talk about is known as Humpty Dumpty. Now this commercial is probably the least creepiest on this list, but don't get me wrong, it is incredibly unnerving.
Kinder, you both shaky. Me unscrabbly. Chock-a-doobie! Doubly chock-a-doobie! Pop swabble! Toy! Yodel yum and choco scrum with multi-pop swabble dies! Oh, grubbly! Me scrooble now! Snuggle! Whee!
Kinder Surprise from Ferrero.
This commercial was supposedly made for Kinder to promote the sales of their world-famous Kinder eggs. In the commercial, they use a hyper-realistic Humpty Dumpty mascot who only spoke gibberish, which would probably strike fear into my heart as a child if I had ever had to witness it while watching my favorite cartoons. Nothing else is really eerie apart from the aura and the strange language he speaks, similar to that of a worm from Worms Armageddon. The video ends off with Humpty choosing to fling himself backwards off the wall, assuming to have ended himself due to his excitement. Creepy, especially for a children's commercial. But I promise you, it's not as eerie as the next. The next video is known as the Cursed Japanese Kleenex commercial, and it features a young woman with a child who looks to be somewhat of a demon, as its skin is red and has a horn on its head. Now, not much is known of this commercial, and its qualities are definitely strange. Sources claim that many Japanese citizens have complained about the commercial being way too disturbing, causing it to be removed off the air. Now, personally, the most eerie thing about this commercial would have to be the music along with the dark red background. I'm not sure what the director was trying to symbolize with this commercial, but it is pretty eerie and allegedly cursed, leaving many people felt as if they were being watched constantly at night, and rumor has it that many of the cast died shortly after filming this commercial, which turned out to be false.
It's a fine day, people open windows, they leave their houses just for a short while. They walk by the grass and they look at the grass. They look at the sky. It's going to be a fine night tonight. It's going to be a fine day tomorrow.
Kleenex tissue です。
The next commercial is well watched and is known as Baby Laugh A Lot. Now, I'm sure many of you know that many people symbolize old dolls with being haunted and cursed, but imagine coming home from school one day, tuning into your favorite TV show, and this advertisement interrupts it. Truly horrifying, the laugh that the doll gives out only sounds incredibly sinister, but the eerie smell of it only makes it even more unnerving, along with the little girls turning their heads so quickly for no reason at all. Truly strikes some sort of fight or flight mode in my mind.
Listen to Remco's Baby Laugh A Lot. You're listening to Baby Laugh A Lot. She's the funniest doll you've ever seen. Just push the button and she starts to giggle. Get Baby Laugh A Lot by Remco.
Thankfully, I didn't grow up in an era where this commercial would be played and didn't have to hold the burden of being absolutely mortified as a child. Although my fear of dolls remains the same, I know none of them could be as unnerving as the one in this commercial. Just imagine it laughing as you're dozing off to sleep. The next commercial we'll watch is called Japanese Tire Commercial. This one is truly one of the scariest commercials I've ever seen, and my guess is that this video was made during Halloween because there is no reason for a tire commercial to be this mesmerizing. After watching this clip, my heart sank. Here's the commercial. Yeah, you might be wondering, why would a car commercial have to be this horrifying? But to be honest, it's also very smart, as if you're getting chased by a ghost, you'd want tires that would get you out of there. I do find this commercial incredibly ridiculous, but the jump scare was pretty good at giving me a fright, and I'm assuming it caught all of you too. But with that, we're moving on to our final creepy commercial. Hopefully, it's not as scary as the last. The final commercial is known as Witch Doctor's Head Shrinking Kit. Now this commercial does not have any jump scares, thankfully, but it does hold a lot of controversy as to why this toy was even created.
Into the deepest jungles went Pressman toy makers looking for something new. The secret they brought back for you is incredible. The Pressman Witch Doctor Head Shrinkers Kit. Plastic flesh, mixing cauldron and petrifying potion. Just pour it into the mold and in minutes you can add monster hair. Paint it with a coloring kit included, or make up your own decorations. In 24 hours the heads shrink down. Now shrunken heads for all occasions. Collect them, swap them, give them to your Witch Doctor friends. You can always cook up more with Pressman's Witch Doctor Head Shrinkers Kit.
Supposedly, this ad was made to showcase a toy for kids where they can make their own shrunken head kit, which to me already seems like a big issue as to why would this interest kids, holding up a decapitated shrunken head that you can customize to your own liking? This is incredibly grim, and I would honestly lose my mind if I had kids of my own watch that commercial. But that's all for this video, and I hope you enjoyed these 5 terrifying banned commercials. I just want to thank you all for your support recently and the amount of love you guys have been showing me. Feel free to leave a like or comment your thoughts about this video, and feel free to ask me any questions you would like for any future videos. This was NightFuel, and I hope you have a good evening and good night.